How's it going, everyone? I'm Al, and today it's going to be a little bit of a semi-ASMR type of cast, and I'll explain that now. But first of all, let's talk about the players. First up, we have our Terran player from South Korea. He is Kyo. His opponent is our Protoss player, and he is Trigger, from Canada, by the way. So, the reason why it might be a semi-ASMR stream, wow, wish I could be doing those, is that it's an absurd hour. It's 2 o'clock, and I don't really want to bother anyone, so I might be talking a little bit lower than I normally do. Anyway, let's jump into this game. First of all, we see Trigger doing some strange things. Pylon is going up here. What are we going to see? Ooh, it's going to be a gateway. So we're going to see a little bit of a rush from Trigger. These players, by the way, Kyo, very, very good Terran player from South Korea. I feel like he's kind of faded a little bit. There was a time when Kyo was winning, I mean, mostly the Open Cups. Doing not too bad in offline tournaments, but mostly the Open Cups was kind of what he was going for. Recently, I haven't seen too many of his games, and maybe that's just why I feel like he's dropped off, but yeah, we'll have to see. The opponent, ooh, this is nice. Probe's getting the block on the command center. Makes it look like an average standard build, but meanwhile, there is a gateway. Oh, Probe, just don't lead Kyo to your stuff. Okay, so Kyo might be getting a little bit suspicious now, although, I don't know, maybe not. But yeah, Trigger, relatively young, well, very young, and upcoming player. He's hyped to be really awesome. And unfortunately, the last tournament I saw him in, which was Home Story Cup, he kind of just fizzled quite badly. He didn't really do much, which is kind of an upset because, hey, he's a good player. Yeah, Trigger did notice something. Look at the bunker. Okay, so we're going to see if he can get some damage done here. So far, 2 SCVs going down. That's 4. I would say that's decent, right? I mean, the bunker is up. Kyo obviously very good. And the bunker is going to stop that stalker. There is another stalker on the way. But 2 stalkers against a bunker? I don't realistically think they can get too much done. They do pull off another... Ooh, sneaky micro. Finishing off the command center and then chucking the SCV in there. That was clean. That was clean. So 5 workers down. Yeah, low investment. I mean, this is always going to be a gateway that he can use until it's found, obviously. So it's a nice little proxy for him. He did get his own Nexus, and he's up in workers. Yeah, I think that was pretty decent. Twilight Council on the way, so I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit of a blink. And I mean, Kyo's kind of just playing normal. I don't think he's too phased, really. He is getting a decent amount of Marines out. They're going to go have a look, try to find something. Yeah, Stalkers are strong. Third one is on the way. Don't want to stray too far from that bunker. They do like the protection of it. Hey, he's actually going to put another... Well, he's going to cancel his own. Go, SCV, go! Nice. Trigger picks off another SCV. Mine's going to make it difficult. It's interesting that he was planning on going for another bunker. Okay, so we do see the blink, and we do see a robo on the way for Trigger. So he's going to be probably going into Colossus for some splash, and just uses stalkers to maintain a little bit of map presence. Widowmine, Medevac is on the way, and there are 2 Widowmines at this point. So I assume Kyo's going to be looking to go for a little bit of a Widowmine drop. We'll see where this Medevac goes. Yeah, picks up both of them, and off it goes. Okay, so Trigger hasn't been pushing much further. He hasn't been warping in aggressively here or anything. He's got a bunch of stalkers at home. I'm assuming he knows what's coming. He must have seen the Widowmine. Yeah, so I don't think Well, if his reactions are good, like he's got nothing in the main base. So maybe, oh, there goes the Stalkers. And Kurt's just lingering with his medevac. This could be a bit of a delayed timing. Bunker was moved. Siege tank is going to be on the way. Blink is done, so, you know, Blink's a good upgrade. Alright, so Trigger is moving across the map. No, but he's awake. Quickly pulls the probes. Water mine's going to be picked up again. That does draw the Stalkers away from his base. 2 workers go down. He's going to lose the mines, but I don't think that is the worst of scenarios for him. These Stalkers are gonna try and get the medevac, and they do. Good awareness there. Nice little bit of movement there by Trigger. Yeah, he's playing pretty solid. He's playing really solid. Not too many losses to speak of. Raven is out. Raven's always a nice unit. Very good, especially once those Colossus comes out. It can disrupt him. What is it called? I can't remember. The ability. It's literally just left my mind. This happens so often to me, where I literally forget something as I'm about to say it. What's the ability called? That one. That one. Okay, second tank gonna come up here. This is gonna be a difficult position to get into. Tanks are gonna be hitting those Stalkers very hard. Yeah. It's nice to keep the pressure and maintain the map presence though, while being up on 3 bases. I like what Trigger's doing here. I think he's putting himself in a good position. I mean, I say that. Upgrades are looking decent. 1-1 is... +1 range has just started for Cure. And the armor. So he's just started his upgrades. There are no forge. There are no forge. I'd like to not be forged. There's no forge yet. So that's a thing to consider. Charge is coming up. Extended thermal lance as well. But very soon we're going to have stim and combat shield, which is going to make the bioforce really decent. Third CC is busy building. Okay, there's the first forge now. And this is a decent army. Yeah, this is not an army you want to mess around with. 69 supply as well. Can't complain about that. Tank's gonna start doing something. Getting a couple of shots off here. And I think that is the sign that Cure is happy to go across the map. Or maybe he's just gonna try and cancel this gateway. Templar Archives on the way for Trigger, which means it's gonna be either going into Archons or some High Templar. I like High Templar, but I think High Templar, I mean, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I don't want to downplay them. They're pretty good at all points in the game. 2 Colossus are out. The tanks do help cover the bio army, but Colossus are scary before those upgrades start kicking in. +1 has started for Trigger. Yeah, this is a nice one. Cure's just going to rotate his army down, if I can get the right hotkey. Okay, the High Templar being morphed in. This is a decent engagement here. Zealots running out. Tanks get picked off. Some decent water mine hits there. Yeah, relatively even trade for these two. Colossus range is so far. I'm struggling to get them into shot. Okay, you don't want to lose anything. Yeah, he is getting reinforcements from the top. Yeah, again, relatively decent trade. 4th base is busy building for Trigger. He's looking quite happy and quite comfy. 3 Colossus out. Is he going to start going into Disruptors? 2nd Forge on the way. We do see the Ghost Academy. So, because Trigger saw the High Templar and the Archon. Yeah, he knows he's going to need some counter to that. So, Ghost, obviously a very strong unit. I'm very interested to see what they look like in the new patch, because they did get nerfed quite heavily. So, maybe they're less of a important unit for Terran. Maybe Terrans are going to have to stop relying on liberators and things like that. Once again, this probe, is this just a spotter probe? That would be so annoying if you had to play it with that, because then it's going to show the idle probe indicator on the top left the whole time, or bottom left. That would drive me mad. I don't like it when that thing is on. Woo. Careful. Server gets picked off, that's nice. Enhanced shockwaves busy being researched for cure. So far, neither player really getting into a good advantage. Look at the rate at which Trigger is expanding. He's soon going to be 2 bases up. I mean, Cure's going for his 4th CC right now. Second Robo. Immortals. Okay. Interesting choice that he's going for Immortals. Maybe he just wants some punch against the tanks, but there's no tanks anymore. So I would much rather have seen Disruptors. Bio Army just getting rid of spotter pylons. Yeah. He's going very mineral heavy. Okay, he hasn't even taken his 5th gas. So I'm assuming that means he's going to be going for a lot of zealots to counteract his gas heavy units. He's only got 18 so far. Okay. Scan comes in. Is spotted by the hallucinated Phoenix, but Trigger does not get himself into place in time. Ugh. This base gets cancelled, so no 5th base for you. And the army is in an awkward position. What is this rotation? Okay, maybe he was just not too pressed to actually defend that and is happy to cancel it. I feel like he could have though. I don't like this engagement. Good EMP, that will chase that army away. Yeah, once the Colossus comes in, that does spell doom for the army. How are we looking on the Viking counts? 2. It's an interesting way that Cure's trying to take this. So he's going more into Ghosts than actually Vikings. I mean, the thing with Vikings is once they kill the Colossus, what do? So I mean, that's a fair. He's got decent Marauders, and I guess Ghosts EMPing things pretty decent too. Dark Shrine on the way. Very good. Dark Templar also super strong against Terran, especially once you get that blink. You just blink onto a base, bam, dies, run away. EMP is on the cannons because he's got enough ghosts to do that. He's actually at this point got 9 ghosts. That's a good, healthy ghost count. I love the split army from Cure, and this is throwing Trigger off so hard. I mean, Waterfall is a hard map for this because your 4th and 5th are pretty far out. This base gets cancelled once again. And this is a decent army. I mean, both players are essentially maxed out here. But now he's going to retreat with this army. Well, the EMPs are doing good work. He's actually fighting this really well. He's destroying this army. And his second force is going to push up into the 3rd. I think Cure has just made some wonderful moves here, splitting his army in 2 and just being able to pull Trigger absolutely out of position. Alright, this army does get stopped. This one is very low on health, and the medevacs are running out of energy very quickly. Cure's got a healthy supply lead. Yeah, he started stepping back for his life. Yeah. Ooh. No, he leaves a Widow Mine. Alright, Disruptors are now on the way. I feel like that's too late. I feel like Trigger could have used those a little bit earlier, but yeah, he's going to struggle to keep this base because I'm pretty sure Cure's going to be happy to just keep repeating this. This Observer's in a very good position. He should see any of the movement coming around. Upgrades. Looking very good for both players. They're even on upgrades so far. Now this is a tight game. Because even now, that was a very good engagement for Cure on both sides. And he has got his 4th up. So there's no base advantage for Trigger anymore. But as soon as this is done, then yeah, Trigger's going to be in a healthy economic position. A lot of zealots moving down. I feel like Trigger though he's not been harassing or keeping Cure back. Terran players, they like it when you don't really attack into them, and they like being able to split up their armies. And these random SCVs joining the battle here. Okay, catching Cure's army from the back here. The Colossus not really helping. Yeah, they're kind of letting the army down there. Recalls, because here comes Cure once again. And he's happy to pull away. That was literally just to pull some of the army away from his planetary, which does fall anyway. And suddenly Trigger's in a really good position, getting rid of a lot of SCVs. Something must have happened on this side. Oh wait, there's a... Ooh, I need to go back. There was Dark Templar. Sorry, I don't mean to go back. How did they get in? So 1DT is here. Got rid of a lot of workers on this side. Did he just walk it over? Sometimes the red is pretty hard to see on this map. Okay, here's the second one. Also just merrily walking through the base. Okay. Anyway, here we go to the big battle. And Cure is back up against the wall. Disruptors. Ooh, decent EMPs. Decent disruptor hit there. Another decent one there. Trigger's supply is way in the lead, and he is doing really well. Yeah, there's not much of an army left. It's 118 to 75 army supply. A bunch of zealots are going to come into this side. There are some widow mines. They do hit, but yeah, who cares? Zealots are decently tanky. Decent disruptor goes off there. GG. Trigger takes the game. That was back and forth. I thought Cure had it after his split pushing, but in the end, Trigger was able to just kind of push his way through. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, make sure to hit a like. Hit the like. Touch the like. Do whatever you want to the like. Just be nice. And then subscribe if you want to see more StarCraft content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.